Hey, what's going on? Luke here, and we are here to witness the death of Brad Fittler's New South Wales Blues, at least like under his watch. You know, Brad Fittler, Alexander, they got to go. I've done plenty of videos on that in the past. We're not going to get into that too much. Obviously, I started off in that fashion, but I've done a fair few rant videos over the last couple of weeks, over the last Origin series, so if you want to see me rant a little bit about New South Wales, go and check them out. For today's video, we're here to do my tips and predictions. Now, I think it's pretty obvious where I'm sort of going to be going in regards to the actual tip and prediction, but I thought I'd just give a little bit of a preview, sort of give a few thoughts on how I think the game will actually go. Now, I don't think this will be like a complete bloodbath. I think New South Wales will be in the game for the majority of the game. I think Queensland will end up running away with it. I think it is going to be 3-0. Now, would I be shocked if New South Wales come out and, you know, have an upset or whatever and end up winning this game? No, I wouldn't necessarily be shocked. It happens a lot. There's not that many 3-0, you know, whitewashes in State of Origin history. Even the best of Queensland sides, like I think they might have done it once, maybe once or twice in their span of like 9 in a row. So it just shows you how hard it is to do. And it kind of goes back to, you know, when teams go back to back, and I know they've done it a few times as of late, but it's super hard for these sides to get up time and time again. I know this is a third game and not a State of Origin game. It is a dead rubber. But for Queensland, like the motivation from game 2 to game 3, like no matter what you say, it's not going to be as high because they've already won the series. It's just a part and parcel of life, really. Like they've already achieved it. So yes, they want to get 3-0, but the desire is probably not there. Whereas New South Wales is going to be desperate to not lose 3-0, especially with Brad Fittler as a coach. He wants to remain coach. He won't remain coach. He can't remain coach. But in his head, his delusional head, he probably will. Now, he's come out and said that he has 0 plans for Gutherson, essentially, and it's taken him 3 games to realise maybe have a cover for the backs. Yeah, not sure what the thought process is. I don't think there is a thought process. Like I said, I've done many rant videos in the past couple of weeks talking about Brad Fittler, you know, Brandy, just New South Wales in general. So I feel like I was starting to get into that little ranty sort of mood just then, but we're going to stop ourselves here. But yeah, there's no plan for Gutherson. Therefore, I'm not exactly sure if he has a game plan in general. Maybe just, I don't know, we've got a lot of Rabbitohs player. Maybe he'll just ask Demetrio, how do you want our guys to play? Because seems to be what happens. Whatever is predominantly the club, like Penrith in the previous games, whenever there's been a majority of players from one side, they seem to just try and replicate that play style. I don't know if that's going to be any better than what it was at Penrith, but hey, we'll see how it goes. I think the Blues are going to play a lot better than they have in the previous games. I think that much we can sort of agree with. And saying that, for me, Queensland have the much superior side, and I don't think it's even close. I think if you go through 1 to 17, I think you see that they'll probably beat them in majority of positions. I think the back line's strong, the forward pack is amazing. And even with them missing Reece Walsh, like Brimson comes in, you can argue that Brimson, he can play as good as Reece Walsh. He just plays in a lesser side at club level. But I really rate AJ Brimson. I think he's super underrated. I think this will be a nice little example, nice sort of reinforcement as to how good AJ Brimson actually is. I think Titans fans will be able to agree with me. Brimson is amazing at fullback. Maybe not so much in halves, but at fullback, he's an absolute weapon. And I don't think Queensland lose too much. They still got all the main suspects, all the main characters are still there. All your Cameron Munsters, your Cherry Evans, your Harry Grants, your Ben Hunts, they're all there. Lindsay Collins are being good for them. You know, Big Tino, a lot of talk about him in the media at the moment in terms of signing a new contract. But yeah, Queensland have pretty much the same side apart from Walsh is gone, and I think Flegler's gone as well. And in comes Corey Horsburgh and also AJ Brimson I've already talked about. So I don't think they lose too much there, and as typical Queensland, they could chuck in a dude from reserve grade and he'd come in and he'd probably play the best game of his life. That's just how Queensland roll. I don't even know if it's like a Billy Slater thing. I think it's just more so a Queensland thing because they've done it for years and years and years. They quite literally won with a bunch of reserve graders. And that's just a fact. That is actually a fact when you actually look at that side from 2020. And funny enough, Brimson actually played in that series and he was really, really good. So look, Brimson's been there, he's done it in terms of State of Origin. Obviously not a seasoned performer, but he can come in and do the job, and then you add in the rest of the side who've been absolutely outstanding. I don't see a reason why Queensland don't win this one other than it's played in Sydney. Like, that's literally the only reason. And New South Wales, to me, haven't really looked like they're ever going to win game 1 or game 2, so it'd be kind of generous for me to go into game 3 and, you know, pick them and say that they're going to be winning or anything like that. And I feel like as good as the home ground advantage is and all that sort of stuff, I just don't think I can pick them purely off that. I have to go off what we've seen in the Origin series so far. We saw a neutral game, and we also saw a game at Queensland, and we saw them get pumped both games. So Yeah, for me, like, I know they made a lot of changes. New South Wales, I think this is, I don't know, you can argue it's a better side in some regards to the previous games. Maybe a more balanced side is probably the best way to put it. We're not picking guys who are injured. Some of the selections definitely questionable. I've talked about that to death, you know, your brother and best and such, but at the same time, they're at least fit bodies. They're not, you know, Turbo, he's been okay this season, but we can all agree that he hasn't looked fit a majority of the season, and he's obviously been injured in both the games. Although the first game he played most of it, the game was kind of, I mean, we had the lead, but I mean, I guess you can make the argument that when Tom Dvojevic was playing, New South Wales were winning, so I don't know. We're winning in game one, he went off, we end up losing, he gets knocked, like he does his shoulder or does his pec, whatever, in the first couple of minutes, we end up getting smashed. So maybe Tom Dvojevic is that dangerous, or maybe it's just the fact that we didn't have a backup ready to go. So I don't know, like I can sit here and talk about team selections and all that sort of stuff, but we've already done that. Let's go ahead and talk about the actual game itself. I think Queensland win this one 13+. I think they run away with it. I think it'll be a very demoralising win for Queensland, and I think New South Wales fans be absolutely shattered. I think we're all going to go into this game going, we don't care, and then we'll sort of realise we do care, and then we'll be hit with that disappointment and just the realisation that well, not realisation because you already know, but you just have that feeling of like, okay, Fittler's got to go. There's zero chance he stays on, and I thought it was funny that Brandy came out and said that he wants Fittler to stay on board, and he wants to stay on board and all that sort of stuff, but just, you know, talk about respect for Brabham Best. Have respect for your state, mate. Step down. You know you have to. I don't know who's going to step in, but someone needs to step in. But yeah, Queensland to win 13+. I'm going to go first try scorer. I'm going to go with the Hammer. It seems to be a pretty good track record. I think he's going to get first try scorer. I think, like in terms of any times, I actually expect Brimson to score a try. Yeah, that in terms of try scorers, that's sort of who I'm looking at. In terms of man of the match, I feel like maybe a guy like Lindsay Collins. I feel like he's really stepped up in the first two games. I can see him step it up again. Maybe he's going to outleach Tedesco again. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be someone who's like realistically possible because they seem to give it to like the halves and, you know, the hooker and all that sort of stuff. But I'd love to see a guy like Lindsay Collins get it. Well, realistically, I'd love to see a guy like Tedesco get it. Just like a send-off man of the match. But I feel like New South Wales come out and win. They'll just give him ammo to pick him next year. So I don't know. I'm torn. I want New South Wales to win, but I also don't because I don't want any sort of hope that next year is going to be a similar side. So, yeah, that's kind of my thought process on it. I don't know about you guys. It's probably not a great thought process to have going into State of Origin. But at the end of the day, it's a dead rubber. Who cares? Anyways, you're going to keep it short and sweet. Those are my tips and predictions for Game 3 of the 2023 State of Origin series. Like I said, maybe the final burial for New South Wales is probably the best way to look at it. But, look, always next year, I guess that's the old saying. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Hopefully you did enjoy that one. If you did, make sure you go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. We're so close to 15,000 subscribers. I think we got 24 subscribers at the time of recording, something like that left. So we are getting so close. It'd be funny if I hit 15,000 subscribers around the same time as State of Origin, because it's always the most popular time of the year. But if you can leave a like, it all sort of goes hand in hand. The more likes, the more eyes on the video, the more subscribers. So if you can go ahead and leave a like on it, if you happen to get this far through the video, go ahead and do that. Also, give me a follow on social media. It's on the screen right now. It's Mr. Luke on YT. Mostly post on TikTok and Instagram. They're probably the main ones, even Snapchat a little bit. Go ahead, give me a follow, give me an ad. Also, special mention to the members. Shout out to you guys. I've been talking about subscribers and you know how much it means, but you guys definitely mean the most to me. The members, you've been there through thick and thin, and look, you've stuck around for quite a while. You're seeing a lot of familiar faces there. Even the newer ones have sort of been in amongst the channel at different points too. So shout out to every single one of you guys who've become a member. Also, that goes for the super chatters as well. Obviously, they're on the screen too. So look, thank you, big thanks to all of you guys. So thank you so much for that. And look, that's the end of the video. State of Origin is coming to an end. Still got some more videos to be made though. So stay tuned for more content, more State of Origin content, and just more NRL content in general. Hey, the players might not talk to the media, but I'll still talk to you guys. I'm going to end things here. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.